Hello and welcome back to the Thriftington Post. My name is Lantis and this week I've been playing Hotline Miami. One of the first things I noticed about this game is that there's more masks you can wear in it besides just the rooster mask. That's entirely unnecessary. Why in the world would I ever want to wear a mask that's not a chicken mask? I mean, that's like one of those Chinese koans right there. A riddle that you can't answer, and it'll just hurt your brain if you try to think about it. Think about it. Hotline Miami is an ultra-violent game that can actually pretty easily be cheesed. Like, all the enemies are drawn to gunfire. Most enemies move in predictable ways. Some of them don't. Like, it's odd, but some of the enemies don't respond to you. But generally, it's the same enemies that don't respond. So once you know who's who, then it becomes a lot easier. So you find a good vantage point, like a good place for all the enemies to funnel in, much like what the Spartans tried to do in 300. Have a gun, fire off one shot, and that alerts everything in the area. They all come funneling in, and you just gun them down one at a time as they round the corner. Yeah, one of them could just pop off a shot and kill you, but if that happens, then no problem. You respawn instantly and can just go do it again, set it all up again. There's very little setup time to get back to your ambush position, and eventually all the enemies will just be wiped out that way, and then you can move on to the next stage. That's I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, I know that generally if you can find a way to eliminate the difficulty in a game, then that makes it less fun for people that are looking for a challenge. I fall in the other category. If I can do something and make everything super easy, especially if I can figure out how to do it myself and I don't need to look up how to do it in some strategy, then I feel great. It's like, cool, I just discovered this trick and now I can plow through every stage. Besides the ones that are crawling with those dogs, the dogs could be an issue. Or those guys that you have to use like a shotgun to knock down. They're really frustrating. That can certainly end my bottleneck tactic, but anyway, besides that. So yeah, you do respawn really quickly in this game. It's just like Super Meat Boy to that regard, where death is part of the game. Like, dying is supposed to be what you do. The failure state of this game isn't actually a failure so much as it's part of the process as you work your way through it. You're expected to just sort of learn the surroundings, die, and try again until you can figure out exactly what you got to do to get through. Now, yeah, I'm sure everything can be done in one go, but not by me. And one other thing, actually the last thing I wanted to note, was the story of this game. It actually has one of the best stories I've seen in a long time. And I mean, most of the game doesn't really have a story. You wake up, you go do the thing, okay, I will warn that there's a slight spoiler here. I won't spoil anything big, but as the story progresses, your apartment changes in little ways because of something that happened, and yeah, there's just sort of a casual progression at the intros of each stage, and the outros as you talk to that guy that has more jobs than Uncle Ruckus on Boondocks. And it all sort of kind of means something, and then also nothing at the same time. I don't want to get into what I think the endings of this game meant, but I really enjoyed them. It was trippy, and it seems to be, to me, that there's no one right answer. So things being left up to interpretation, but still being given so much evidence for one thing possibly being the right answer, or another thing, or some other thing. Lots of stuff to speculate with, but no clear answer, I think is one of the best endings you can give to a story. But also those questions begin to crop up long before you get to the ending. Like, you finish all the main stories, and then some extra chapters pop up, and then you finish those, and there's like the bonus and extra campaign, and you're never quite sure when the game's going to really end. It's kind of like being trapped in a dream that you finally wake up from, only to find out that you're still dreaming. That's not just the ending, but the entire atmosphere of Hotline Miami in a nutshell. So yeah, that's about all I have to say on that. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can on Twitter at Lantis Armstrong. That's LentisArmstrong. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.